is it telling me? It's yelling at me.
Just making you aware.
It's okay. Welcome to In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian. Today we have with us special guest.
Katie Macaro.
Yay! Welcome, Katie. I know all about you, Katie, but for our listeners out there, do you want to tell us a little bit about you? Who is Katie Macaro and what's your history here at the library? Share a little bit about yourself, please.
Libraries have been in my blood all my life. Originally, after high school, I started working at Toledo Public Library in the technology department. Got the job because my aunt was head of the catalog department. Stayed there until the week before I got married. Left to go teach in Gary, Indiana, later in Cleveland. Came back to Bedford, where we raised our family, Mary and Tony. When they were growing up, a job came up for graphic artists in the Bedford or in the Monroe County Library System. I applied and was there for 23 years.
The rest is history. That's where you were when I first started here. So I know you were there at the time, and it was always such a treat to work with you and to have you to see all your great works in progress. And you've just done so much here at the library, and you're still actively involved in a lot of things. You still at the Bedford Library are there frequently working on projects and doing other things still.
Yes. In fact, I would meet with people who are interested in pursuing art, and we do ersatz lessons of a sort once a week or whenever they're available.
At the Bedford branch.
At the Bedford branch.
And some of your art is hanging there in the Bedford Library.
Oh, yes. One year I was fortunate enough to receive the Purchase Award at the Arts for the Future show. And there is oil painting I did at the Bedford branch.
Yeah, so you're kind of all over the place. Like you said, it's in your blood.
It is.
And Adrian, do you have any questions for Katie today?
Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
Didn't see that one coming.
I get that a lot.
No, but I think children of all ages and beyond at one time or another have a fascination with dinosaurs.
I agree.
Yeah.
Several
years ago, I was asked by, the Toledo Museum of Art or something, to participate in a program they were doing on dinosaurs. And I actually did paper cuttings of dinosaurs, skeletal paper cuttings of dinosaurs. And as a result, I also did silhouettes because that was then and this was now. I currently still do silhouettes. In fact, I'll be cutting silhouettes at Gather Creations this Saturday.
Oh, wow.
And I still do try to keep my finger in many of the artistic things I did years back. My favorite is probably working with colored pencils. And oddly enough, I purchased my first set of colored pencils at Craft 2000. I had a coupon for 75% off any regularly marked item in the store. And I found a box of colored pencils that had not been discounted. They were $100, and it was a deal just too good to refuse. I never used colored pencils before, took them home, kept them in their special box, looked at them lovingly, and then finally went and brought myself an alternate smaller set so I wouldn't ruin this wonderful purchase. But I'm happy to report today, yes, I sharpened all the 120 pencils in my purchase, and I am using them to the max.
Oh, that's such a great story. I love that. I love that you kept them in almost like a museum.
Yeah, I mean, when you get something like that for 75% off, it's like a hit.
Aw, yeah, that's so good. Do you have any questions?
Slightly more serious. What are you reading right now?
Right now, I've gotten on a Lisa Scottolini kick.
I love her.
And being my surname now is Macaro, I especially like the Italian-American phases she goes through and her family and just everything about it. And years previous, people talked about Lisa Scottolini, but I was into something else and I never got around to it. I saw one of her books on the new book display at Bedford, and that's what started it. Now I'm rewinding to her other writings.
So her fiction, obviously, I've loved her fiction too. It's legal, you know, she's a lawyer and
Yes.
they're very enthralling, but I also love her comedy. Do you read any of her? She writes nonfiction with her daughter, Francesca, and it's so funny. It's like, they have a column in the newspaper in Philadelphia called Chickwit. And they are the funniest things. There's like, it'll say like, meet me at the emotional baggage claim, or the titles are so fun. And they're really short stories about the two of them, their mother, Mary, their Italian heritage.
Oh, yeah.
So you definitely need to check out her books with her daughter. They're so fun.
I saw
love
that in the front pages of the book when I looked at all the other things she had written. But that's a good tip.
Yes, I love
coming
her.
from you.
Yeah, I love all of her writings, but I really have especially I think you could definitely relate, and especially they're very fun stories. So yeah, I'm a fan of hers as well.
Another serious question. Do you play any musical instruments?
Oh dear. I play at the piano, which is definitely a degree lower than playing piano.
I love that.
But
I could say that too. Sorry, Mrs. Stammer, but yes, I took 2 years of lessons and I can really just play very I mean, it was no fault of her. She tried, but so I'm going to use that from now on. I play at the piano.
and at this stage of my life, I think it's good for arthritic
Mhm.
condition. You know, it keeps your fingers moving. But so does artwork, so does craft work.
Yeah, I wish I'd have tried harder when I was younger. I would love to be able to play the piano.
So expanding on that last question, what color pianos sound best?
Since I play on my grandmother's, I can't even remember, Keebler, I think it was called. It's black. It's good enough for me. So are many baby grands black. So maybe
That's true. Black and white seems pretty typical, but that's a good question. I thought, yeah, that's funny. You're artistic in so many ways. It's so secretive. Like, what's your favorite medium or your favorite?
Probably now it would be the colored pencils.
Now that you finally sharpened them.
Yes. And during the pandemic, I did a lot of drawing. What do you do with these drawings? I put them on the computer and made note cards out of my favorites every year. And my special friends get 10 of my special note cards every year for Christmas.
Oh.
I've also been designing and executing my Christmas cards, for over 60 years. And
That's amazing.
there too, I send Christmas cards that I have designed, and I put a written note in each and every one.
Oh, that's so special. What a wonderful gift to give.
And in the early days, many were actually done individually by hand from scraps I had at the house, because we didn't have a lot of money for art supplies. So I would use old wallpaper books. One time I even made collages of all the papers I had in my house, such as wrapping paper, paper bag, paper towels, that kind of paper, construction paper, etc. Usually they always feature a nativity scene of some sort.
Oh, that is such a special gift. So if you're listening and you haven't received one yet, you're not a special friend of Katie's then. Is that what we're taking away from this? Be careful who we share this with,
I'm
right?
expecting them in my mailbox.
Now that we know the secret. Aw.
People have said that to me. You know,
Yeah, it's probably in
blinded.
demand. It's a waiting list. You got to get on the
Blinded.
waiting list. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? Anything else you'd like our listeners to know?
I just want to say and acknowledge what a valuable resource the library has been in my life. Obviously, not everyone can approach from a place of employment, but working in every library I've worked at, there was just a spirit and a camaraderie that we could fill each other's needs. They came to me when they wanted something rather abstract or had an idea, and I could make it happen. And yet there were many times when I had to lean on them for the resources they had. And it's true, in life, different people have different talents, and getting together and using them for each other's benefit is the best it could be.
I love that. I would agree with that completely. We have this wonderful editor, Adrian, who's going to be editing this for us. Because I'm not gifted in that area at all. So he does a lot of this legwork. So I'm appreciative for him. I love a chance to still get to see him now that I don't get to work as closely with you. But I agree with that. I love the people we work with. I love helping the public. I love every aspect of this job.
I was never in the public sector per se, but just knowing I was a link between
sure.
the library and the public was good enough for me.
For sure. Any final thoughts from you, Adrian?
Would you eat green eggs and ham?
Why not? I probably cooked green eggs.
Aw. Well, yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. Very last minute. You've been very sporty. You didn't even know you were doing this today. We just
No.
sprung it on you and you've been wonderful.
Well, thank you.
So thank you for being our guest today and thank you for everything you've done for the library over the years. I personally, I love you, but I love all like working with you and then seeing you in the Bedford Library regularly. And I love all my connections to you. You are definitely a gem.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Just a reminder that you can go to the library website at mymcls.com and click on events calendar for any events at any library around the Monroe County Library System. You can also go to our Facebook page and you get updates and alerts of all kinds of programs that are happening around the library system. At the Bedford Library, they have Genealogy Club, Dumbledore's Army, Just the Facts Book Club, all kinds of different programs going on there. There's all kinds of children's programs going on at every library. There are story times and for all ages. There are book clubs. There's a book club for everyone. If you're interested in a mystery, there's a savvy cookbookers. There's a cooking book club at the Carlton Branch Library. The I Love a Mystery book club is here at the Ellis Library and Reference Center. We also have a couple of programs coming up. We have Tom Slatton coming on Friday, December 1st at 1:00 to do a musical performance. On Thursday, December 7th at the Ellis Library, there will be a puzzle in a day. We also have a crochet club that meets twice a month, once in the afternoon and once in the morning. If you're interested in that at the Ellis Library, if you are a novice, if you're just learning, just beginning, or if you have projects you're working on, bring them, come share your projects and your talents here at the Ellis Library and Reference Center. They meet on the second Wednesday from 4 to 6 and the third Monday from 1 to 3 of every month. It is the Monroe, Michigan Crochet Club. If you are interested, there are teen crafts happening at the Luna Pier Library. There's chair yoga going on. Circle of Friends Quilt Group. They will be meeting at the Frenchtown Dixie Library. So there's just all kinds of events. Frenchtown Dixie Library has a Dungeons and Dragons program that meets every other Friday at 6:00 p.m. So go ahead and go to mymcls.com, click on events calendar. Some events require registration, and you are welcome to attend any and all programs for free at the library. Thank you for your support.
This has been In the Library with
Marsha.
and Adrian and our special guest.
Katie Macaro.
Yay. Thank you, Katie.